What's up, Tricology family, and welcome to the season 3 premiere of the Tricology News Talk. And we miss you guys. I know it's been a while, but I told y'all after the New Year's week we will be back, and we are back for the season 3 premiere. So we have a lot of things to cover. First off, we're gonna recap of what happened in 2021, things to look forward to in 2022, and then also we got some news, a lot of news to cover, and some movie reviews to talk about as well. So without further ado, let's get started with everything that happened in 2021. Let's recap everything that happened. So in the beginning of the year, on January 6th, we had the attack on the U.S. Capitol, which was crazy, man. Oh my God, that was one of the worst things that happened in the United States. But on some bad side of things, let's go to the good side of things. So we had the inauguration day when Joe Biden became the president, and then also there was a lot of talk during the inauguration, including the Bernie Sanders meme when he's sitting on the chair. That was so funny. Talk about who had the best dress between Jennifer Lopez, Michelle Obama, Joe Biden's wife, Lady Gaga, and the vice president as well. So, but the original talk on the inauguration day was the young poet during that day. She deserved a lot of praise for that. So, what else happened? The school board's argument over massive was crazy. Juneteenth became a holiday. Freaking PJP Tucker, who was before was on the Milwaukee Bucks when they won the championship last year, who's now with the Miami Heat now, but his freaking speech was like, "Oh, we the dogs, man, we the dogs." I'm like, bruh, you are a Buck. What are you talking about? It was crazy, but that was the only thing crazy championship celebration. But also Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowls last year, but they had a boat parade, and there was one video show that they was tossing the freaking Super Bowl trophy around in the water, and that day fell in the water. Oh my God, it was crazy. And then afterwards, Tom Brady had that freaking brace around his on his knee, like he was like, but doing that one commercial when he was where they showed that commercial with the knee brace and stuff. Like, oh my goodness, bro, it was so freaking funny. Oh my goodness. So what else happened? Oh, another parade with the Atlanta Braves won the World Series, but after waiting like an hour or 30 minutes for the parade to start, like they had the buses come out and they was going so fast, like the buses drivers are like rushing. It was like going to the bathroom. Like, what's going on? Oh my God, that was crazy. Candace Parker, but her dream was like to win a championship in her home state of Chicago, and she did that. In the past year, she won championships with the Los Angeles team, but she finally won a championship in her home state of Chicago, and that was a beautiful thing to see. Lamar Odom was the talk of the town in boxing, which was crazy. Conor McGregor broke his leg, but he went. But when he broke his leg, man, he just don't know how to shut up and just take defeat, man. It was crazy. Oh my goodness. But there was one horse in the Olympics that was doing the freaking quick walk. Oh my goodness, it was so funny. Y'all got to see that video. Just type in horse at the Olympics. You'll see what I'm talking about. Oprah had the Prince Harry with Prince Harry's wife interview. Like, oh my goodness, about the baby situation. Like that one was crazy, but we'll move on for that. And then Kim and Kanye's relationship is over, but Kanye was taking things too far. He even bought a house right next to Kim's house. Like, what the heck is going on? And on top of that, Kanye, when he was at in the Atlanta United Stadium thing, when he was staying like at this place, like kind of similar to what the Olympics had, like it was a freaking dome. And then on top of that, he was wearing a freaking mask like he was getting ready to rob a bank or something. Like, hey, put the money in the bag. That's what he was wearing. Oh my goodness, bro. It was so freaking crazy. Like that didn't make no sense at all. Like Jesus Christ. Hashtag Free Britney was the talk of the town as well. What else? Dave Chappelle was the talk of the town at the his recent comedy special. Had offended some people. It's just that some people just don't know how to take comedy into the perspective it is. But we're not gonna dive deep into that. We're gonna move forward for that. Paul Rudd was voted as best sexiest man alive. So X-Man, you get a go applause for that. And then speaking also of the Olympics, that wasn't the only Olympics at topic of town. There was a new trend called the Hood Olympics, and when we talk about it's the crate challenge. Oh my God, everybody just breaking their necks and breaking their backs. Like, oh my God, if y'all want to know a secret, the crate challenge was started by some crackheads. So they asked the dealer, so like, oh, if I do this, would you give me $20 or with the crack? So that's how the crate challenge started. If y'all want to know about that, Jesus Christ. And then we had another in music. You had these two boys in the pool that say, "Island boy, island boy, I'm to make it to the top. I'm a gang swing." Like what the hell? Oh my goodness. Moving on from that, Bitcoin and crypto was the talk of the town. If you want to invest your stocks on there, that's been the talk of the town for the year as well. A lot of people are making their stocks there. That's a good thing to hear. Captain Kirk William Shatner finally flying into space. Yeah, and whoever knows, you might see somebody else doing some inspiring things going up to the to space. So when Neil Armstrong went to the moon, now William Shatner went fly into space. So that's a huge accomplishment there. And then sadly, we also got to talk about the people that we lost last year, including DMX, Cissy Tyson, Melvin Van Peebles, Hank Aaron, Alicia Hitchens, AJ Johnson, Larry King, Michael K. Williams, Ed Asher, Clarence William III, and then of course Betty White, which we'll talk about later on in the news. But that's everything that happened in 2021. So lastly, let's talk about my top 10 2021 movies of the year. So there's a lot of honorable mentions, including Power of the Dog, Matrix Revolutions, Quiet Place 2, Candyman, Judas and the Black Messiah, The Harder They Fall, Spencer, Don't Look Up, Raya and the Last Dragon, Cruella, Encanto, Fear Street Part 3, 1996, The Night House, Last Night in Soho, The Mitchell Machines, I Care a Lot, Free Guy, Black Widow, F9, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Space Jam: A New Legacy, Red Notice, Jungle Cruise, Many States in New York, A Soprano Story, West Side, what else? Nightmare Alley, Licorice Pizza, The Kingsman, Malignant, Being and Richards, and Nightmare Alley. So let's start off with our number 10, and that will be Nobody. I really like this movie because a lot of the shooting and fight scenes was very similar to John Wick, and that's why I had that as my number 10. I really enjoyed this movie. That this came out like in March, or I think with March or something like that, and I really enjoyed that movie. If you have not seen that movie, I recommend y'all definitely to go see that movie. My number 9 is Godzilla vs. Kong. So this was the one of my anticipated movies for 2021, and it definitely did not disappoint. And even though it has a good success not only in the box office but also on HBO Max, part of the day-to-day experience for HBO Max, which we'll talk about that in a second as well. So we all know Godzilla vs. Kong was going to beef, and then afterwards, they was going to team up if y'all didn't see the movies. So this is definitely a blockbuster smash to check out as well. So coming in at number 8 is Luca. I always love Pixar films. They always deliver, and you have two boys who just want to go up and live the normal life, but they are sea creatures or whatever. They touch water, and they just want to live a normal life, and then and you get to see the great sights of Italy, which was great. I hope they have a presence down in Epcot where we can see the so that'll be a great thing to see. My number 7 is In the Heights. I know what you're thinking. Why you didn't put West Side Story? Let me tell y'all something. I like West Side Story, but it didn't really get me excited, like the same with the songs as like I did for In the Heights, because In the Heights, I felt more into In the Heights because a lot of the cultures are represented over there. So definitely In the Heights was definitely my musical as far as it goes. It definitely live up to my expectations in the Heights. So that was a great thing to look for. My number 6, we had to go to 007's No Time to Die. I get Daniel Craig's final outing as James Bond 007. It definitely not disappoint. This was very great watch to see. It definitely, if you are part of the James Bond the 007 fan franchise, so this is definitely a movie to check out. So coming in at number 5 is King Richard. Yes, Will Smith plays Richard Williams. The Williams sisters, Serena and Venus. I feel like this is finally going to be the movie that Will Smith get its Oscar. I swear to God, if Will Smith do not get its Oscar, we're gonna riot. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We're gonna move forward from that. So coming in at number 4 is the Suicide Squad. This is the James Gunn's Suicide Squad. This was very good. Suicide Squad. We still waiting on the David Ayers director's cut. We had the director's cut for Justice League. Now we need the director's cut of David Ayers' Suicide Squad. But with James Gunn's Suicide Squad, this was definitely the Suicide Squad that we was looking for, and this was definitely live up to my expectations on it, and this was really great. And also, can't wait for the Peacemaker series with John Cena. Can't wait to see that one on HBO Max. And then coming in number 3 is Shang-Chi. And like I told you before, like in the first half of the movie felt like a Jackie Chan flick, and then afterwards it went to his Marvel roots of the movie. So this definitely had a lot of attention, not only to the Asian culture, and this was definitely great because just like how Black Panther definitely lived up to the African American culture, African culture, Shang-Chi did the same thing. So this has got a lot of attention. This was one of the great MCU movies that they put out this year, but not as great as we're going to say number 2, and that is Spider-Man No Way Home. What can I say? Oh my God. We finally had the dream having all the Spider-Mans in there. So this was MCU's version of Into the Spider-Verse. We had Tom Holland Spider-Man, we had Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and then of course the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So hopefully in the near future we get Miles Morales and other Spider-Mans, just like Into the Spider-Verse, but live action. But this is not the end for Tom Holland as Spider-Man. So we're getting another trilogy, but this time it shows that like he's leaving an apartment. He's broke, and hopefully like he gets a job as a photographer or work with Dr. Ops there. But we'll see how that's gonna go in the next trilogy. But Spider-Man No Way Home was definitely live up to my expectations as well. And then lastly, number 1 is Dune. I think this definitely has potential of being winning Best Picture, in Golden Globes and the Oscars and all that. So this was definitely look forward to. Even though there are some parts that they could have took out that was like make you want to fall asleep, but everything else was perfectly great. And hopefully, part 2, which will be coming out in 2023, definitely be more intense as in part one. So moving on to everything that happened in 2021. Let's talk about all the news and stuff that's going on, and then we're gonna move forward into my top anticipated 2022 movies in the coming year. But let's move focus to what's happening in the news. First off, we got a rumor that, well, first off, the 2022 Super Bowl is supposed to be in the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, but there is a rumor that the Cowboys AT&T Stadium has been contacted as a possible backup venue. So, this is from BleachReport.com, and it says, the NFL is reportedly considering Arlen's AT&T Stadium as a potential backup venue for this year's Super Bowl in the event that California or Los Angeles County is forced to restrict the attendance restricted amid the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Per Mike Leslie at WFAA.com. The game is currently scheduled to be held in Inglewood's SoFi Stadium, the home of the Los Angeles Rams and Chargers. Per the report, a Cowboys resource says, the league did not inquire about the day if the stadium be available, but that's all I have heard. They could be just covering all options just in case. Additionally, a source from the city is earlier told that Leslie that officials has contacted the NFL, saying the city will be prepped to host the games in the event of the site change. But NFL spokesman Brian McCarthy told Leslie that they have backup plans for the Super Bowl locations is the league common operator procedure. And this is what you go on to say. We plan on playing the Super Bowl as scheduled at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles on Sunday, February 13th. As part of our stadium community plans progress that we have conducted all regular and postseason games, we have contacted several clubs to ensure about the stadium's availability in the event we cannot play the Super Bowl as scheduled due to the weather-related issues or unforeseen circumstances. Our planning procedures for the Super Bowl in Los Angeles ahead of schedule, and we are looking forward to hosting the Super Bowl there into another fantastic NFL season for our fans and clubs. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen between now and in February, if anything's gonna change. But for right now, it's still slated to be in SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles for February 13th for this year's Super Bowl. But moving on from football to hockey, is that the H&L players have officially withdrawn from the 22 Beach Olympics. And they say the following on Twitter. With the National Hockey League regular season schedule had been mentally disrupted as a result of increasing COVID-19 cases and the raising number for postponed games, the National Hockey League announced today that the NFL players will not be participating in the 22 Winter Olympics in Beijing. The National Hockey League respects and admires the desire of H&L players to represent their countries and participate at a best of the best tournament. According to we have waiting to as long as possible to make the decision, while exploring every available option to enable our players to participate in the 22 Winter Olympics Games. H&L Commissioner Gary Bishop said, unfortunately, given the profound disruption to the H&L's regular season schedule caused by the recent COVID-related events, 50 games have already been postponed due December 23rd. Olympics project have no longer festive. We are currently acknowledged and appreciate the effects made by the International Olympic Committee, the International Ice Hockey Federation, and the Beijing Organizing Committee to host the H&L players, but current circumstances have made it impossible for us to proceed despite everyone's best effort. We are looking forward to the Olympics participation in 2026. Our focus and goal has been to remain to responsibly save and complete the entire of the HNL regular season and Stanley Cup playoffs in a timely manner. Therefore, with strict health protocols once again in place, we begin to utilize the available dates during the February 6, 2022 window, originally coupled to accommodate Olympic participation, to reschedule games that have been or may not yet been postponed. So, the HNL's Olympic participation will have to wait till 2026. And speaking of the Winter Olympics, it's going to begin starting on February 3rd all the way to February 20th. So let's go see what's happening here. So, yeah, it will take place on February 3rd to February 20th. And there's a lot of sports that are happening, including like bobsledding, curling, ice hockey, lynch, skating, skis, and everything else. So definitely to look forward to that. Not only is it gonna be broadcast on NBC, but it also will be broadcast on Peacock as well. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And moving forward to that, let's get into some other news as well. So, first off, let's talk about Spider-Man. So, Spider-Man No Way Home unwrapped the best Christmas gift of all, becoming the first pandemic-era movie to cross $1 billion at the global box office. Sony comic book update has eclipsed that milestone in a near record 12 days, tying with 2015 Star Wars The Force Awakens as the third fastest film to reach the $1 billion box office benchmark. Only 2018's Avengers Game Infinity War and 2019's Avengers Endgame were the quickest, smashing a COVID total in 11 and 5 days, respectively, according to the Variety. So, this was definitely a great success of not only to Spider-Man to reach the first movie to reach that $1 billion mark, and I can't be more excited for that. So that's a great thing to hear. So moving forward, let's talk about HBO Max, shall we? So the Sex and the City revival, Just Like That, starring Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon, and Kristen Davis, had a strong 24-hour performance that raised the most viewed series premiere of a new HBO or HBO Max series on the streaming services. And Just Like That, which also saw the most first reviews of any new HBO Max title, meaning the first thing the new subscribers watch after signing up, has boosted viewers for the original series too. HBO Max, since its viewership for the Sex and the City, went up 59% from the previous week, ranking 11 overall on the platform, according to Deadline. So this was not the only thing that had reached its viewership, but let's talk about how they did with the performance of with the movies as well. So let me find that real quick. What the freak? Oh my god. Where are you? I just had you. Alright, here we go. So we said that just said that Just Like That, the Sex and the City revival was the best reviewed series, but Mortal Kombat has the most successful movie launch on HBO Max. So, according to Business Insider, Mortal Kombat had the best weekend of any of the Warner Brothers release on HBO Max, with a total of 8.38 million viewers during its first few days. The info came courtesy of Sabu TV, which has all the records for Warner Brothers films released on HBO Max on its first 4 days of release. Godzilla vs. Kong came in second with 36 million views on its first 5 days, and the film was followed by The Suicide Squad with 2.8 million holders viewing the films during its opening weekend. The lowest number went to Judas and the Black Messiah. Well, it's not technically as a box office flick. It was more as an awards contender, like for the Golden Globe and Oscar Persuade. So it is what it is. But Mortal Kombat leads the pack with some of the impressive titles that includes Many Saints in New York, Dune, King Richard, In the Heights, and Space Jam: A New Legacy, to name a few. I honestly think Mortal Kombat, much like Godzilla vs. Kong, benefited from the first of their films to test its strategy, and it was released while in the movie theaters, where we're just trying to get back in swing of things. Warner Media and Friggy said they were very pleased with Mortal Kombat's performance on HBO Max. It was even surprised how successful it was. Mortal Kombat cost $50 million to make, while the film tapped into the $4.2 million domestically. The film grossed over $87 million worldwide, and I'm sure its streaming services ensured that it was likely going to get a sequel via the streaming platform. It was previously reported that multiple Kombat movies are in development, and since they're trying to release more original films on HBO Max, this might be the franchise to lead that charge. So you had your top 3 HBO Max day-to-day movies that was Mortal Kombat, Godzilla vs. Kong, and The Suicide Squad that had more success with the day-to-day operation. Doom had successful as well, but it had more success in theaters than on HBO Max. Not that HBO Max said they had success, but I just stating the facts how it was. But also, while we're talking on Warner Media and HBO Max, but let's talk about some DC news. So, Killer Khan revealed that the new Batman film will debut on HBO Max on April 19, 2022. The Batman will join DC's selection of movies and films 46 days after its release, after a 45-day theatrical exclusive window. Killer called the decision a huge change to compare the company's release schedule in previous years, from 2016 to 2019. Think about when movies will show up on HBO within 8 to 9 months after the theatrical performance. The Batman is going to show up on day 46 on HBO Max. This is a huge change where things were in 2018, 2017, and 2016, according to the Screen Reporter. So, the new Batman with Robert Pattinson is going to release in March in theaters. But you have to wait till April if you want to see the movie at your home on HBO Max. So, continue on with some DC news. So, we got some more news on the Flash movie. And this might tick off a lot of people, including myself. The Flash will erase every movie Snyder has done, including the events from Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League. If these rumors are true, then that means Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne Batman and Henry Cavill's Superman will have been completely removed from the DC's Extended Universe continuity. Director Andy Mitchell confirmed in October of this year that filming will officially wrap on The Flash. Around that time, Mitchell confirmed that during the panel at DC Fandom in China that the upcoming film will hold its fair share of surprises. We can tell you there are surprises. We can't reveal what they are, the director says, but it will probably blow up your socks off unless we talk about it the better, according to Comic Book Report. So this is a shock out of everyone because we already know that we're getting a new Batman in Batgirl and also a new Superman in Supergirl to replace Ben Affleck's Batman and Henry Cavill's Superman. But they are going to have their own respective series as well. The only original Justice League remaining is going to be there is Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, Jason Momoa's Aquaman. That's the only one that's going to stay. And we got some more news there. Leslie Grace and Sasha Calle will replace Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill as the new Superman and Batman of the franchise. So that's going to be very interesting. But we'll just got to wait and see what's going to happen between now and then. But let's move forward with continuing with our news. Moving forward from Warner Brothers, let's talk about some Disney news. So, according to the NBC report, that Bob Iger is to return as the Disney CEO. It hasn't been 2 years since Bob Checker took over as Disney CEO, but one executive told that CNBC they already internal wagers at Disney about Iger returning. Disney shares have stumbled this year, down to nearly 20% this year to date. Iger owns a lot of those shares. The board and Iger may have got really reckless if Disney Plus grows staggered and the companies continue to have contentions between the executives. So I think it's best to have Bob Iger back as CEO because it would definitely make more sense to it. But we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen between now and then. But let's move forward from that, and let's talk about so we got some recent news that there's one thing I forgot to mention in the Warner Brothers canon that if y'all didn't see the Harry Potter HBO match reunion, that was totally great. And they definitely asking for another installment. So if you guys didn't see the latest reunions with Friends, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and now you got with Harry Potter, and now they're talking about doing another installment with the original cast. So if they do, I think they should focus on like maybe with the Curse of Child or any other books that they never got a chance to do a movie on. So that's their best bet to go forward with. But moving forward now. So let's talk about some movie news that have been pushed back. So John Wick Chapter 4 is avoiding Top Gun's Maverick over the Memorial Day release, and now it's heading to 2023. So I think this is a smart move because everybody is going to be split on wanting to see John Wick and also wanting to see Top Gun with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. So where the date that John Wick Chapter 4 is at right now, I think it has a better success winning a number one in the box office because all the other movies that's going to release on the same day as John Wick Chapter 4 in 2023 probably ain't going to do that great in the box office like John Wick is going to do. So I think that was the best move to move John Wick Chapter 4 and then have Top Gun to take over that Memorial Day weekend box office. I think that was a good move there. But that wasn't the only movie that had moved. But Universal Blumhouse Black Phone will now be answered by moviegoers in the summer. The studio is pushing the Eat the Hearts horror thriller from February 4th to 2022 to June 24th, 2022. Universal already had the day blocked off for a untitled Blumhouse movie. The pick will be up against Warner Brothers' Blandland movie Elvis, Sony's Where the Crowd Sings, recently departed from the summer date. Black Phone leaves behind Lionsgate's Moonfall and Paramount's Jackass Forever on February 4th. So this is going to be very interesting. So Black Phone has been getting a lot of hype. As definitely one of the most anticipated horror movies. So I think this is a smart move to move it in the summer movies category. So we'll have to wait and see from there. And then moving forward, let's talk about French movie theaters banning concessions and our American theaters nets. So according to Cinema Bland, the Omicron variant is certainly a concern in the United States too. According to the New York Times, as of December 24th, the 7-day natural average of the new daily COVID cases jumped into 197,000, a 65% jump over the past 2 weeks. This resulted into airlines being forced to cancellation thousands of flights in response to heavily transmitted variant. So one wouldn't be fault in wondering if the movie theaters stateside could follow in France's footsteps by banning concessions. Despite the fact that many see things like popcorns and soda and into theatrical experience. So I wouldn't suggest to everybody the theaters want you to buy their foods, but most of the times you see people buy outside food and put it in the purses and all that stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see how the American theater is going to react. If they're going to take away their concession as well. But speaking of France, let's talk about Toronto. And all of Ontario shut down movie theaters again. It's USA next. Oh my goodness. So this is what it said. Ontario announced that the basic everything, including movie theaters and dining, closed down again, giving Toronto is the third largest city in North America, and the variant is going around insane everywhere. The domestic box office is about to take a single percentage hit province Toronto, Canada, which including box office capital Toronto shut down theaters due to Omicron past holiday surge. Man. 2022 is already going up to a bad start already. Jesus Christ. What can I say? There's been a lot of things going on, but we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen. And then lastly, that I want to mention that also Morbius has been moved from its January slot all the way to April. This is like the fifth time. It had more delays than the New Mutants did. So, but there's a recent rumor why they delayed it again to April, because there's a rumor that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man might make an appearance as well. So I don't know if they're gonna film some scenes on there. There's been a lot of rumors, so we just have to wait and see what's gonna happen from there. But again, Morbius with Jared Leto has been moved from January to April as well. So Excuse me. So it's crazy, man. But so before we get into my top 10 anticipation for 2022 movies, let's do a quick movie review as well. So we're gonna talk about The Matrix Resurrections and Encanto. So let's talk about Encanto. So Encanto is the latest Disney animated flick. This was directed by the guys that did Zootopia and Moana as well. So this film follows Moria, a member of the Murgo family who does not have magical powers, must find out what is happening to save both her family and her home after the magic is in danger. So this was definitely definitely a good wholesome movie to watch. But even though it wasn't my top 10 favorite movies of 2021, but this was definitely favorable. Definitely a good family flick to watch. Very beautiful. But yeah, and once again, I hope this one also has a presence in Disney parts as well. It definitely should. So other than that, I definitely give this movie an A. This was really good. So I definitely recommend y'all to check that out. And then lastly, let's talk about the Matrix Resurrection. So this was directed by one of the Wachowskis, Lana, and then this also see the return of Keanu Reeves, Cameron Moss, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Elizabeth Wilson reprised their roles with new people: Yana Aberdeen the second, Jessica Whitman, Jonathan O'Rourke, Neil Patrick Harris, and Priyanka Joanna joining the movie. So this movie was set 60 years after the events of Revolution and follow Neo, who lives a similar ordinary life as a video game developer, trouble in his dreams of reality. A group of rebels, with the help of a programmed version of Morpheus, free Neo from a new version of the Matrix, fights a new enemy that holds Tree captive. So this was definitely a new direction of the Matrix, but I feel like this definitely live up to expectations. Some expectations, not all of it. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. But it definitely made up for Revolution. So I definitely praise all the cats and the actresses sequences. This was really great. And so I definitely give this movie a C plus. This was really great. So I recommend you guys check that out as well. It should be still on HBO Max. So but to check out that movie as well. So now moving forward, let's talk about my top 10 anticipations for 2022, shall we? So I have my my honorable mentions as well. So let's go through them. So my honorable mention includes Top Gun Maverick, Uncharted, Scream 5, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, The Flash, The Black Phone, Halloween Ends, Nope, Lightyear, Minions: The Rise of Gru, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Pinocchio, Peter Pan and Wendy, Hocus Pocus 2, Turning Red, Elvis, Downtown Abbey: A New Era, Disenchanted, Bobbyland, Legally Blonde 3, and Don't Worry Darling. So let's get into it. So starting with my number 10 is Avatar 2. So this has been long overdue. So, and given the fact we're getting the next sequel is going to be like a how I say it, kind of like the had like the Godfather influence in there for that. So we're just have to wait and see how that movie gonna turn out. It's definitely gonna go in the $1 billion club. So we're just have to wait and see for there. So my number 9 is Mission Impossible 7. So can't wait to see. The last Mission Impossible was really good. Definitely one of the best action flicks of all time. So we have to wait and see what Mission Impossible 7 has to offer. So number 8 is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This one I have my concerns on because they say they're not replacing T'Challa, which they should, because I don't want to see T'Challa go, and we need to see T'Challa continue on in the MCU, but because without T'Challa, it doesn't feel right. But I trust Marvel, what they're gonna do, but I hope they come out really good. That's my only thing. So, number 7 is Thor: Love and Thunder. So you have Taika Waititi returning to direct, which is great, and the last Thor, Ragnarok, was really good. So I expect Thor: Love and Thunder to be really good as well. So moving on to number 6 is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So this was I definitely loved the first one. This was really good, and can't wait to see what the second one has to hold as well. So moving forward to number 5 is Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore. So I love the Fantastic Beasts series. They've been really good. So I can't wait to see what the Secret of Dumbledore has to offer. Even though it has a lot of controversies with Johnny Depp not returning. So we got a new person we're replacing him, and that's Matt McGassie. But we'll just have to wait and see what's gonna happen there. And then number 4 is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. You guys kind of already saw the teaser in the post credits Spider-Man No Way Home. So this is definitely going to be exciting. This was feel like a horror flick. And we also in the multiverse, and we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen there. And then number 3 is the Batman. Of course, we have to see how Robert Pattinson fares out as the Batman. It's looking good so far, but we'll have to wait and see how he does in the suit. Number 2 is Jurassic World Dominion. So, of course, Jurassic Park franchise is definitely one of my favorite franchises. So, can't wait to see the next Jurassic World, because you're getting all the characters for the past Jurassic Park and Jurassic World films all in one movie. So this is definitely one of my number 2 favorite anticipated. So, and then lastly, my number 1 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So this movie definitely won the Oscar for best animated flick. So can't wait to see Miles Morales back, and then all the other Spider-Mans as well. So can't wait to see all of that. So yeah, that's all our news for today, y'all. Thank you so much for supporting. We reached the season 3. We can't wait to see what's gonna happen from for now until see what's gonna happen for season 3. Hopefully we get some new surprises, some new guests, and everything to look forward to. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell when new episodes and new videos are uploaded. And if you're watching on YouTube, you know, the comment what you thought of everything that we discussed here. And then, of course, if you're listening on Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, don't forget to go in the link, in the YouTube link in the description, and post your comments there. So, without further ado, this is Trico, and I'm signing off. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.